8 huge Coronation Street spoilers for next week. In tonight's episode of Coronation Street, the fallout from the revelation about Theo's death continues as Todd starts to suspect that Sarah and Gary may be connected to the shocking crime. Meanwhile, Will struggles to cope as tensions rise among his family members ahead of Megan's court case, while Nina and Asha put forward a new suggestion to Dev. Number 1. Gary reaches a conclusion. Following Maria's public accusation about Gary and Sarah at the dinner party, she remains distant towards her husband the following day. Although Gary had planned to confess the truth about Theo's death and his role in covering it up, he later tells Sarah that he has changed his mind. However, he is left stunned when Sarah reveals that he remains the main focus of the investigation, with Kit firmly believing that Gary is responsible for the murder. Number 2. Sarah uncovers a surprise. While alone in the flat, Sarah goes through Kit's belongings and is surprised to come across a ring box. When Kit catches her, he is annoyed that his carefully planned proposal secret has been exposed. With recent events putting Sarah and Gary's relationship under intense scrutiny, the discovery raises fresh questions about what lies ahead for Sarah and Kit. Number 3. Todd starts putting the pieces together. Convinced that Sarah and Gary are involved romantically, Todd confronts Gary in the pub and demands answers. However, Gary insists that Todd is unaware of the full story, leaving him with plenty to think about. Determined to get to the bottom of things, Todd later visits Sarah, sensing that there is much more behind the recent drama. Could he be close to uncovering the truth? Number 4. Will feels ignored. As Megan's trial approaches, disagreements erupt between Ben, Eva, Maggie, and Melanie over whether Will should appear in court or testify through a video link. Feeling frustrated by the ongoing arguments, Will walks out of the pub and admits to Tim that nobody has bothered to ask for his opinion. Concerned for Will, Tim heads to the Rovers and urges the family to focus on what Will wants rather than arguing among themselves. However, it seems Will may still be keeping something important from those closest to him. Number 5. Nina and Asha make a proposal. Dev recruits Asha, Nina, Summer, and Amy to help redecorate the flat above the shop, even offering to pay them for their efforts. Summer is uneasy about returning to the property because of painful memories linked to Theo, but a conversation with David gives her the confidence to face her fears, and the group ends up enjoying the project. During the day, Asha tells Dev that she would like to rent the flat. When concerns about affordability arise, Nina suggests that she could move in as well. What will Dev make of their plan? Number 6. Jodie gets an unexpected match. While David and Shona enjoy an evening out together, Jodie remains at home working on a Tin Man costume for Harry's school production. As she browses a dating app, she comes across a profile that catches her attention and decides to swipe right. To her surprise, it results in a match. But who is on the other end? Number 7. Coronation Street reveals who Jodie Ramsey matched with on her dating app. A new romance could be on the horizon for Jodie Ramsey after an unexpected dating app match caught her attention. During Tuesday's episode, the aftermath of Kit Green's explosive dinner party continued to ripple through Weatherfield. At the same time, Sarah Platt remained determined to keep the truth surrounding Theo Silverton's death hidden. With Sarah preoccupied and unable to finish a Tin Man costume for her son Harry's school play, David Platt suggested that Jodie lend a hand. She agreed, allowing Shona and David to spend some much-needed time together as they continue working on their relationship while Harper remains in hospital. However, Jodie's focus soon shifted elsewhere. While putting the finishing touches to the costume with a hot glue gun, she received a notification from her dating app. Checking her phone, she discovered that she had matched with 2 people. The first profile failed to spark much interest, but the second immediately stood out. Jodie was seen smiling as she looked at her screen, though the identity of her mystery match was not revealed during the episode. Spoilers for Thursday's installment have since confirmed that the man in question is Ryan Connor. Jodie soon sets her sights on him, But questions are raised about her true intentions when she suddenly changes the venue for their date after discovering that David is expected to meet Nick at the bistro. The revelation comes as a surprising shift for Jodie, who has spent months fixated on David. Despite numerous disappointments and failed schemes, she has shown no indication that she is ready to abandon her pursuit of Shona's husband. Her sudden decision to change the location of the date is also likely to attract suspicion. It raises the possibility that Ryan is not her real focus, and that she may simply be using the situation as another excuse to stay close to David. According to a Coronation Street source, Jodie's feelings for David have not weakened. More than anything, Jodie wants to be with David, the insider explained. It's still unclear whether her obsession is driven by a desire to hurt Shona or because she genuinely has feelings for him. Either way, her failed attempt to get David into bed hasn't put her off. The latest development follows several unsuccessful efforts to come between David and Shona. Earlier this year, Jodie tried to seduce David, but the plan ended in disaster when it failed to achieve the result she wanted. More recently, she seemed to be moving on after forming a connection with Daniel Osborne. However, the relationship quickly fell apart when Daniel discovered that Jodie was the mysterious online troublemaker known as Truth Teller, who had been targeting him through a sustained social media campaign. After uncovering the truth, Daniel threw Jodie out, leaving her with little choice but to return to David and Shona's home. Her return placed her back at the heart of their lives, and ever since, concerns have continued to grow over what she might do next. Number 8. Coronation Street hints at a new love story for Asha Alahan. Coronation Street has dropped fresh hints that Asha Alahan could be heading towards a new romance, as her friends encourage her to reconnect with someone from her past. In episodes airing next week, a gathering organized to support Summer takes an unexpected turn when Nina, Amy, and Summer begin playing matchmaker for Asha and her former supervisor, Sienna. The storyline begins when Asha, Nina, and Amy arrive at the bistro and discover that Summer is already worse for wear. Summer reveals that she plans to head into town with a group of men she met the previous day, immediately causing concern among her friends. Later, the trio sit down with Summer and express their worries about her recent behavior. Since being wrongly imprisoned for Theo's murder, Summer has struggled to readjust to everyday life and has increasingly relied on alcohol to cope with her ordeal. The situation then takes a surprising twist when Sienna arrives at the bistro for a date. When it becomes apparent that the person she was meant to meet is not turning up, Amy, Nina, and Summer quickly encourage Asha to make her move. A Coronation Street insider explained, Summer's friends unite in an effort to help her through a difficult period, staging an intervention because they fear she is putting herself at risk. But the mood soon becomes much lighter as attention turns to Asha's love life. The girls begin encouraging her to reconnect with her former colleague Sienna, raising the possibility of a brand new romance. Viewers may remember that Sienna previously worked alongside Asha during her paramedic training and acted as her supervisor. Asha stepped away from the program last year after struggling with the pressures of the job, while a traumatic experience on shift eventually contributed to her suicide attempt in October. However, she is now preparing to return and continue her training. Recently hinting at an upcoming romantic storyline, Tanisha Gorey revealed that exciting developments are ahead for Asha. There's definitely a romance developing, and it's a really lovely story, she said. At the same time, there are some emotional moments, and Asha finds herself in a position where she needs to support someone. I'm hoping viewers will really connect with the storyline and enjoy what's coming next. Coronation Street airs on ITV1 on weeknights at 8:30 p.m. and is also available to stream on ITVX.